Hello and welcome. I'm Blair Blackwell, and this is the Daily Cyber Brief. Here's today's rundown of the biggest cybersecurity stories you need to know today. Good morning. This is the Daily Cyber Brief for Tuesday, January 27. Let's start with what's moving the security landscape this morning. An actively exploited Microsoft Office 0 day, now patched. New additions to CISOs' known exploited vulnerabilities, and fresh pressure on the developer and browser extension supply chain, plus a reminder of how fragile core internet routing can be. Microsoft pushed emergency updates to close a high-severity Office vulnerability that attackers have been using in the wild. It's the kind of document-borne exploit chain that shows up in email and collaboration workflows, and the patch cycle will matter. In parallel, CISA expanded its known exploited vulnerabilities catalog with 5 more issues spanning Linux kernel, Smarter Mail, Microsoft Office Security Bypass, and GNU iNet utils components, signaling active use by adversaries, not theoretical risk. That last item connects to another data point. Researchers are tracking nearly 800,000 internet-reachable telnet servers, while attacks against a vulnerable telnet daemon continue. The exposure cuts across legacy network gear and embedded systems, and the authentication bypass being abused makes remote compromise straightforward when the service is left open. Turning to the developer ecosystem, 2 AI-branded Visual Studio Code extensions with roughly 1.5 million installs were found exfiltrating source code and developer data to overseas servers. They remain listed in the official marketplace, underscoring how developer workstations, IDEs, and extensions have become a prime supply chain attack surface. Meanwhile, researchers show that NPM's post-Shai-Hulud defenses can be sidestepped via Git dependencies, creating a path to reintroduce risky packages and dependency confusion, despite new controls. Browser and social engineering threats are also evolving. A new malware-as-a-service called Stanley advertises Chrome extensions designed to slip past the web store's review process, enabling credential theft and phishing at scale directly inside the browser. Separately, a click-fix stall campaign is pushing the Amatera info stealer by mixing fake CAPTCHA prompts with a signed Microsoft App V script, an example of how signed components can add credibility to malicious chains. And regionally, tax-themed phishing in India is delivering a multi-stage backdoor associated with Black Moon, showing espionage-flavored tradecraft aimed at stealing sensitive data. On the infrastructure side, Cloudflare detailed a misconfiguration that triggered a border gateway protocol route leak for about 25 minutes, degrading IPv6 traffic with congestion, packet loss, and roughly 12 gigabits per second of dropped traffic. But it's a timely reminder that routing hygiene remains a shared risk across providers, enterprises, and critical services. Looking ahead, expect follow-on guidance around the Office patch and agency remediation timelines tied to the newly listed exploited vulnerabilities, including the Smarter Mail and Telnet D issues. Also watch for marketplace actions on the malicious VS Code extensions and possible policy tightening around NPM Git dependencies as maintainers respond. For today, you should be watching Office document workflows and email gateways, developer endpoints and code repositories, browser extension management across Chrome fleets, internet-exposed mail servers and legacy telnet services, and the health of upstream cloud and network providers. In short, the thread connecting these stories is trust, in documents and signed scripts, in extensions, and in software registries. Attackers keep turning those trust anchors into initial access, while defenders balance fast patching with careful change management. That's it for today's edition of the Daily Cyber Brief. Thanks for listening. I'm Blair Blackwell. This podcast is for informational purposes only and is not cybersecurity, legal, or financial advice.